Hi, I'm Mika Truman, and welcome to my YouTube channel, as well as Frankincense School of Mystical Arts. So I really wanted to jump on and talk to you about relationships, because relationships at this time, even going into the future, they're really kind of taking a really interesting turn. People are starting to see that, a lot of breakups, a lot of pauses, a lot of where you think you broke up and then you're really not, and then all of a sudden they come circling back around, and then they do the hot and cold thing several times. People are really changing a lot, and they're not the same anymore, and the way that they're looking at their relationship and what they want, they are to a point where they really only want balance. And if they're not getting this balanced relationship, if they're not getting equality, they're to a point where they're kind of really drawing the line in the sand. And so if you have been in one of those relationships where you have had the hot and cold, the come close, the pullback, people are getting to where they're not going to do it anymore. They're only wishing and wanting and demanding. We have to have balance, because if we don't get the balance anymore, we're done. What about the relationship with the friends with benefits? That's a real thing. It really happens all the time. And if you're finding yourself where, you just are not necessarily feeling like I'm getting what I need back, you get the relationship where they maybe only have contact with you at 2 a.m. And you feel like, you know what, I've asked for a date. And you know what, it's not really that good in bed either. I'm just not getting what I need in any capacity, on any level whatsoever. People are getting to where they're done. They're just not going to do it anymore. What about the other kinds of relationship where you give and give and give, and you share your emotion? You're always willing to just completely come from the heart, and you really want to make sure that person knows what I'm thinking, where my thoughts are, where my heart is, because you feel like, but they don't know. They don't know that I love them. So you share with them. And you're expecting something back. You're expecting them to say, I love you too. And then they just say, that's nice. No, that's not okay. This is where we're at, where people are like, whoa. And they're starting to really second guess, and they're starting to really think about, okay, this relationship isn't quite working for me. This isn't what I had in mind. And people are kind of sitting back feeling like, okay, I kind of think I'm done. What about the other relationship where the guy or the girl will have contact with you, every month or so, touch base, just connect. How are you? How are things? And then they say, you know what, we'll have to get together. I found this new restaurant I really want to take you to, or, there's a park I want to take you over. We should go for a walk. And you don't hear from them again. And so you're kind of left thinking, okay, are we an item? Are we together? And then you feel guilty and bad for pursuing somebody else. But you feel like, you know what? But I'm not getting anything back. Where's the line? Is there a line? What's acceptable? What isn't? Am I cheating on them if I just go ahead and just say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to move on. And do we need to tell them because they haven't said anything? We haven't talked to them. Well, no, we don't need to talk to them. We don't need to tell them anything. And you're to a point where you're done. And people are really kind of starting to experience this a lot. If they don't have the balance in their relationship, people are to a point where they're just feeling like I'm done and I'm not going to do this anymore. And they really feel like that they have to have the balance, and they have to feel like they are valued. They have to feel that they're appreciated. And I tell you what, this is the most interesting thing. Once you get to the point where you say, I'm done, I am just going to erase their number. I'm going to block them. And whether you do or not, and you say goodbye, and all of a sudden they're in your head all the time, and you're pushing them out because you're getting really excited about, I'm going to meet somebody who's going to treat me really well, who will value me, who's going to appreciate me. And you feel super excited and thrilled beyond. Do you know what usually happens? They come back. And then you're like, oh, I don't think so. I'm not playing. And they think that they can call you 800 times. They think they can show up at your door. But most of the time when you draw that line in the sand, you can even go as far as cutting the cords. And then usually they'll try to come back. But people are to a point, and this very well maybe you are to a point where you're done, you're finished. And this is the sad part, is that when they come back and you feel like that I kind of had to draw the line in the sand, you may take them back and you may not. But I tell you what, even if you have the attitude, I'm just going to wait and see. You know what? I met a couple people and I think I'm just going to talk to them. I'm not going to just end one relationship to just go ahead and go back to this when I wasn't getting anything. So you know what? They talk to several. And when they talk to several, usually always gets that one person bending over backwards, giving you 200% and doing what they should have done a long time ago, which is fight for you, be open and use their words, and really be present and emotionally attached. This is the time that we're at. This is where you may see this wonderful balance be returned back to you. So blessings to you. I just wanted to jump on and share. And don't forget holidays. Holidays bring that in intensely. If you find yourself one of those holiday victims where the person ran out the back door and you're supposed to spend holidays with them and they're not present, you remember it's okay to take a step back and you can ignore them. You can do that. Most of the time they'll get it really quick. Like, oh, got it. I'm not going to do that again, because most holiday seasons bring out tremendous fear. And they get scared because they think, oh my goodness, the other person's going to expect some kind of big talk or a ring or a question like, let's go to the next level, and they bolt. So if you find yourself one of those, remember, pull back, be distant. They'll chase you. 99% of the time, they will pursue you and fight for you and fight for the relationship. So until next time, blessings to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe and jump over to fsma.life, where we have a lot of really great stuff over there and a lot of psychic courses as well, where you too can be psychic. Thank you.